I've always dreamed of being a hero to my children. And to do that, here is a critical area. Take some advice from a man that's had 4 children and worked with young people all over the world. The greatest security of a child today is different than it was 25 years ago. 25 years ago, the greatest security of a child was knowing my mom loved me or my dad loved me. That is no longer the greatest security of a child, is knowing my mom and dad love me. But rather, the number one source of security is this: knowing my father loves my mother and they will not divorce. There is so much divorce going on in culture all over the world that even kids growing up in very secure homes will have that anxiety, that fear. No matter how much my mom and dad love each other, they're going to divorce. And that's a real fear to almost any child. This is why it is so important that I show my love for my children's mother right in their presence. An illustration of this: my son was 6 years old and he wasn't quite himself one day coming home from school. And I said, "What's wrong, buddy?" He says, "Nothing, Dad." When I really want to know what's going on, I'll say, "What are you feeling?" He said, "Daddy, are you going to leave Mommy?" I'd been waiting for that question. I said, "Why do you ask?" Well, 3 of his friends at school, their parents had divorced. And a child cannot process that. And they look at it, no matter how much my mom and dad love each other, they're going to divorce. So I sat him down. And I got down on my hands and knees and looked that 6-year-old right in the eye. And I said, "Son, I want you to know something. I love your mother. I am committed to your mother." And then I raised my voice. I said, "I will never leave your mother, period." That 6-year-old kid went, "Ah, thanks, Dad." Now, did he need the reinforcement that I loved him? No. He needed the security that I loved his mother and would never leave her. That's the greatest source of security for a child today. I have a friend that after he heard me say that, he said that to his daughter. Later, he divorced his wife, and his daughter, for a number of years, tremendous animosity, anger, everything, finally said, "What's wrong? You lied to me." "I've never lied." "Yes, you did. You told me you would never leave Mom, and you did." That's how powerful that is in a child's life, is that child is looking to see that model that my dad loves my mother.